practically every one of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. The psychedelic jackets on the record albums have their own hidden...
This is a special question. We don't want you to smoke genetically modified ganja. We want you to smoke the real thing. We want you to smoke the natural herb. Some call it marijuana, some call it sensimedia, some call it lamb's bread, and some people call it ganja.
Welcome to another edition of the Adam Dunn Show. I am your host, Adam Dunn.
Stealing my water.
Yep.
Holy fucking, I'm the co-host, Dave Jarnick. And we're live from my basement in Boulder, Colorado.
Holy shit, has it been a trip?
What trip? What do you mean? You got here just fine yesterday. I was on 3 flights today. First 2 got canceled. Second one took me through Colorado Springs. And I got here about, what, an hour ago?
I know, it's been crazy. I got here responsibly the day before, had a nice sleep.
How much of a fucking role reversal is that?
It's unbelievable.
That you are being the responsible one on the show?
Well, no, let's back that up. Not responsible at all, because what did I do?
You booked it last minute?
No, what did I do? I fucking switched cars on the way to the airport, and like an idiot, left my backpack, which if anybody knows me...
I wasn't going to bring it up.
If anybody knows me and knows my backpack, it's like ridiculous. It'll be layers and layers and layers of things that are required to survive.
Oh, wait. You mean your passport, your credit cards, your driver's license.
Yeah, everything.
That jar of oil.
Yes.
Your carta.
Everything. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything I needed.
But no, tell him how lame Dave was. He didn't want to take 2 cartas in his bag.
He was so scared. I
wasn't going to do it.
He wasn't going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Look, you have a nice new white carta here.
But thanks to Vinny and Uncle Stoner.
Yep.
And the guys over at the Squash Off, which Uncle Stoner's doing a Squash Off right now live. They managed to get me a carta, which I needed. Because,
Well, you had to have one.
I know, and I wanted a black and white one, too, because I actually think that's more my style. That's Adam Dunn Show, right? Come on. Shout out to Miles, everybody. I have had so many people. I'm kind of sad because it's not my fucking promotion, right? I'm like, all right, Miles, you got a great promotion. Yeah. Everybody wants, every time I put the shirt on, nice shirt. Hey, I know that guy. Now I feel like I'm working for you. I'm working for Miles all of a sudden.
You kind of are, but how can we Dunn show it out? You know, you'll do your signature little thing with your fucking fedora.
Yeah, we already did.
You know,
right there.
there.
It's on the We Done Taste
Pull
Good.
that thing out. Show everybody.
What's that thing?
The thing that you showed me that you got in your basket, going old school 1980s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Power hitters.
Fuck yeah.
That's a total flashback right there.
This is how 1980 of you.
Oh, for sure. This is like 82. Like, not even, yeah.
No, the first time I bought one was in probably 88.
Yeah.
Right? I was freshman year in college, and we thought this would be cool. And really the only thing it did is you smoked weed much faster.
Well, so the funny thing was I used this like a science project where I figured out, like, wait a minute, so if you squeeze it and smoke comes out, you could just pump smoke into the bottom. So I put a valve in the bottom, and I hooked up to a Zodiac foot pump, right? And then I had it hooked up to a gas mask, and I would put this thing up, put the gas mask on, put the joint in, step on the Zodiac foot pump, and go. It took me like 3 pumps, and I had the whole joint down.
You were basically the hot chick, but on the stoner side, that everybody invited to their parties, because you had totally tricked out like a PhD of MacGyverology.
Well, I was funny because I told this story already on the show, I think before, but So I built I built a coffin in the back. I wanted gravity boots so bad, right? I was like, that was all I wanted was gravity boots. I thought they were the coolest things ever, right? Gravity boots, got to get them.
The things you hang upside down?
Yeah, which when I finally got them, I was like, these are horrible. It gives you a headache in 5 seconds. You're like, oh, get me off of here.
Right.
And you can't even physically get off. But
you need help.
Yeah, because it's like you can't have enough energy. You're like, wait, this is a bad idea. This was a bad idea. But anyway.
Wait, did you do it by yourself the first time?
No, so what I did was I decided to build a a two-person deal where I made first I made a platform that you laid on, just like an inversion table, right? I made my own inversion table, but a big giant version. But instead of just laying, I was like, because Stoner's got to make it more fun, of course. So I bolted in ski boots in the bottom of a coffin-shaped box, and I had speakers and an American flag inside of it, right? So I put speakers and then American flag cushioning. And so you got inside this thing, and then you strapped yourself in the boots, and somebody flipped you upside down, then pumped smoke into you, while playing this. I had a boom box with reverb on it, and they would be like going, "Here comes the smoke, doo 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 doo," and then the smoke would come down the little thing, and then it would fucking blast them. So anyway, long story short, I love power hitters. They're my friend.
Can we bring Ace on the show so I can just really talk to her to find out what drug she was doing when she was pregnant with you?
She was clean.
Totally clean.
Oh yeah, she was
totally clean.
100% clean. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
of course.
Okay.
But no, it was a major. I think the power hitter was a major turning point in my my MacGyverness, as you were saying.
What else? So, speaking of old stuff from the '80s, right? The dugout and the bat.
Yeah.
Everybody had one of those, right?
Of course, gotta have a dugout. And then our buddy Jonathan Braveman from the Digger reinvented the entire idea of the bat by putting little grooves in it, so it would cut into your weed a little bit as you did it. Amazing.
I just remembered something, because I'm sure I'll get hate now. We can't see the chat screen at all, but because this is going to be a dead story. But in 1990, there was such a drought, and it was so scary to be on tour. The only thing we traveled with was a bat, and we dropped the bat. And I decided while we were on the thruway, I'm going to pull over, and we're going to find the bat. And I pulled over, and we just found the bat, and I look in the rearview mirror, and who stopped to see if we were okay?
The cops.
The state police. And since he had just pulled in, and he hadn't done anything yet, I just signaled and pulled out, and nothing ever happened, and I drove away. See, I could have almost been...
Wow, that's brave of you.
Yep.
Mighty brave of you. I'm amazed. So I've seen a few of our friends rolling around. I saw Jeremy Norrie, which I invited him on the show, so maybe we'll have him slide through. Give it the man behind the secret. He's the man behind the secret cup, the real secret cup. This is called. So we are at the Haze Secret Cup. Not at a mansion. That's all I can say.
Oh man. No, tell the story. What happened? So. It was supposed to be at a mansion, and
it's a stoner show. It's just a typical fucking.
No, it's 120 degrees here in Vegas right now.
Too hot for the mansion.
The mansion melted. Okay, the mansion melted today. The pool dried up and evaporated, and now we're at a.
We're at the weirdest place ever you could imagine. We're basically like in a bank. It's like it feels like we're in a bank.
No, I'm told by our friend that there's like an ambassador here, or a representative of a foreign government's office is right above us.
Okay.
So we're going to go up, and we're going to do dabs, and then blow the dab underneath the door. So
are we?
We're not.
I don't remember this plan. Anyway, shout out to the crew for making this happen. I know it's sloppy and it ain't fucking the way we want it, but we managed through thick and thin. I mean, to the point where we had everything plugged in, and Mark looked at the computer, and somehow his fucking power button got pushed in on the computer, which is pretty much like a nightmare. That's
you're overstating it.
No.
It's because you made him pack what normally would go in 3 or 4 suitcases into one suitcase.
I made him pack.
He blamed you.
Oh, I don't. Okay.
Wait, no. I mean, he didn't blame you. He blamed me.
Yeah, I would blame me. And we already blamed you for everything because this is a Dave event, 100%. Well, look at you with the samples and shit.
Well, wait a second.
You got shit rolling.
You're blaming me because this is canceled flight number 1, canceled flight number 2, and the last flight and the single last seat out of Denver to get to Vegas had me fly to Colorado Springs from Denver. It normally takes 20 minutes. We had to do a touch and go and circled. And then so it took 45 minutes. So I technically had 3 landings today on the same plane. How fucked is that? But Southwest got me here, and I got everybody's name, and I'm going to write them all compliment letters because they got me here.
Damn, I tried so hard to keep you out.
You did.
But you made it. You made it.
You mean you made it 135 degrees on the tarmac in Las Vegas today, to the point where they had to shut down the airport?
It's crazy. It's like the runway is
melted.
Melting. Yeah, it's melting.
Wait a minute.
It's
This
melting.
one can't be right. This one comes in its own.
I know. Well, they're all names. You can't be putting names.
Wait a minute. How can this have names?
It's all fucked up. I don't know.
Pizza Callus, where are you? Get over here.
Oh wait, actually, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Nori, come. Welcome to the front of the table. We were just mentioning you.
We were just talking about how one shouldn't label things for a competition, and we figured you'd let us know the right way to do it.
We're like, I don't think you should have the names on all this stuff.
How do we judge them if we know the name? Then my boy could go, hey, that's my, that's my
Oh, no, here,
fascism.
check it out. Hey, Mark, we got a mic on?
Shitty Jamie.
I don't think these are working.
Hold on, we'll get it together. We get them working.
We sound checked everything but those headphones.
Can I turn up the audio?
Which one would it be?
It might just be turned
This?
down.
Go put them on.
There we go.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Okay, that's good.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you very much, Adam.
Yeah, welcome to the secret cup, dude. It's the secret cup
Yeah.
that you
Dave,
Pleasure.
nice to meet you.
I've been on the show a while back.
Has to be more than 100 shows ago because this is my 100th show.
didn't I get you on more recently though? Or?
It was I recognize you.
Uh-oh. Was I stoned during the show?
It's possible, but I'll remind you, I'm a filmmaker and I make movies about UFOs and Bigfoot and all kinds of
Yes, we
stuff.
did that when we were on Zoom.
There you go.
So,
Yeah.
it's a whole different dynamic
that
sitting
wasn't
next
too
to
long
someone, looking them in the eye, or seeing you in a shitty Zoom.
Absolutely.
So
Well,
nice to meet you
in person.
And
Exactly.
I tell the story every time, but for the longest time, even though I know you're different people, I had because my friend, I never actually met him, I just knew him as Jeremy, and his voice was more like it would have been you talking to me. When I met him, he didn't look anything like his voice does not match his face. It's like one of those people you're like, dude,
Sure.
And so I just didn't imagine, so I had many conversations with him, thinking about that I'm actually, even though I know I'm not talking to you, just trippy way, going like, this is so weird because I feel
Hey,
like
I'll take it.
Yep. So we have many conversations about organic growing and stuff. So how is the? I heard you killing it now. You're on all sorts of different
We do
film
okay.
circuits. You're starting to have real theaters and shit. I was like,
Yeah, I mean it's a wild adventure. I still have a long way to go, and I'm very new to the whole process. I have like this untraditional approach to getting into filmmaking, so I'm enjoying the ride. My partner knows lots more about it. He's been doing this for 25 years, so it's a lot less exciting for him.
Yeah, he's like,
But-
whatever. But no, it's
Some of our movies have done well, not all of them, but yeah, for sure.
And I think, because people are getting so, because I'm talking about real movies, like in a theater and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I'm not talking about just films and videos, but I think that's going to come back in the sense that people are kind of missing that. Like after a while, it's kind of like, you go through channels so fast and you don't care. Nothing's really satisfying. Then you go out to an event and you watch like even like a drive-in with like, the Big Lebowski, and you'd have a better time than you would sitting at home all day, like everyone dressed up in fucking things. So like, it's becoming like a little scene, I think, when people and films finally getting taken seriously again, which is awesome.
I think kind of on a greater, like kind of more deeper level, it's people are like kind of getting back into enjoying things more as like a community, more as like almost like a ritual. Like
that's what I mean. Yeah, exactly. Like and I think what comes into play is the fact that we actually have access to good weed, access to psychedelics, and all those things you kind of need.
Yep.
You need that to gel everything up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like,
So I just...
Who goes to the movie theater not getting really, really high? I mean, what's wrong with you? You want to sink. You want to sink in that seat so hard that you're like, oh.
It's the reason why I don't remember a whole lot of movies I went to in the theater, because whatever you smoke at home, you go, you know what? In 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I'll just press pause and I'll smoke some more. But then you go, you know what? No, I'm probably going to need 4 joints and 6 dabs. And then, it's like, wait, that happened in the movie? Oh, fuck, that's right. I was wicked baked, man.
Exactly. I used to be like this car sesh right before you go into the movie theater, and now it's kind of changed into this like, oh, we're all like seshing the whole movie, watching it on streaming platforms at home.
Yeah.
It's this whole other.
So then it's even probably. You're probably missing more details
That's
every
what
time.
I think,
like you're
too.
just like, oh, I watched it 37 times, still haven't quite figured it
So
out.
I think like that's what we're seeing is like the full circle of that. Like, oh, people are kind of like, I kind of want to watch this movie. Let's go out to the theater and do the whole thing like we used to. And
Yeah.
Hold on.
I love that. And
But I heard also that the regular theaters are doing so bad now that they're like, we're not going to have 30 kind of things on the menu. We're having 3. It's like totally turning into like a communist fucking style.
It's
you
gonna
must
be
watch
interesting.
movie, eat one pretzel, and go
I've
home.
always thought that movie theaters should be more of like an entertainment center where like you go there, there's like video games, there's all kinds of things to do. And the theory would be you don't want people leaving the movie theater. You want them to come in,
Never leave
spend the
the
whole
theater.
time.
Like a casino vibe. You're thinking
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're in Vegas. You're in
Exactly.
Vegas. Going, how can I keep people from never leaving my establishment?
Exactly.
Right? Take away all the clocks is number one. Here, you want to try
That's
some
what.
stuff?
Is
So
that from the?
you mentioned
Yeah.
something I thought was interesting. You said psychedelic. So I just wrapped our.
Oh, that's always interesting.
Exactly. I just wrapped our first series. So we're doing a 3-part series on psychedelics as medicine.
Oh, that's awesome.
And seeing a movie on psychedelics, totally different experience than.
A movie about psychedelics, on psychedelics, or
Hey, I'll take it.
all the
Some of those are the best ones, right? But even just like, I remember watching certain movies on mushrooms and feeling like I lived that whole life. And like,
Oh,
by
I
the
did
end
that
of the
with
movie.
Midnight Express, and Nitrous Oxide, dude. I was like 13, doing whippets, watching that movie, and I
Wait,
felt,
Midnight Express with De Niro and Grodin?
No, the guy who gets busted in Turkey, and so I felt.
Oh,
That's-
no!
And the combination was so trippy that I was like, I
that-
felt like
that was- that was
I lived the life. I was like, I was ruined after it. I was like,
Yeah, that crushed me, man.
when he was getting like when he was in prison and it was getting really raunchy and there was real like flash scenes of him getting raped and all that weird shit. I was like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have done a whippet right before the rape scene. Like that's not that's the
It's a
brawl.
legendary movie.
I don't even want to remember that movie. See, I had the different one. I was thinking of the De Niro Grodin
De Niro
one, which was
one's fun.
hilarious.
Yeah.
This one, that fucked me up for a long time.
It was a trippy movie, and I think I was about 13, and I did a shitload of whippets, and I got really stoned, and I watched that, and I was
It's a very
like-
serious
and
film.
just like you said, I felt like I lived it. Like, man, I've been to Turkish prison. Like I've done it. It was because that movie was hella realistic, and I went to Turkey, right? And when I was there, it was in
He went to
87.
Turkey.
In 87, right?
He lived a
88.
totally different life than anything I would have fucking.
So-
I'm a big pussy compared to him.
But the thing that was cool about that time period is they weren't in the EU yet, so they were still trying to get in the
Okay.
EU, and they were building all this shit, and it was really weird. It was like you got there, and it was like I was just at the transition. Like as I rolled into town, they didn't have anything set up, and when I came back, like 2 weeks later, they already had they had things set up for tourists. You know, like they were like,
Okay.
oh, we're come, check it
getting
out.
ready.
But it was still like a super cool
They
place.
speak English?
Barely, yeah, enough to rip you off. At the yeah. No, it was
All right,
good.
let's at least judge this a little. Give it a sniff. I'm catching a little,
I
not
opened-
very terpy.
It's like a mild turkey. It's like a whip.
Very
so,
mild.
so the question was posed to me that is this a good way of judging?
No.
So what I'll pose to you guys is
It was
for-
rhetorical.
For us, do you know these companies?
Oh yeah,
No.
they're lucky.
I don't know them.
Right. For us,
So
it's okay.
for us, it doesn't really matter.
True.
But
True that.
for anyone that
It should
does
say
know,
1,
But there's-
2, 3,
in the
4.
Secret Cup, that's how we did.
I mean, it can't be Secret Cup, and then you get there and they tell you everything about the strains. That's like the
exactly.
worst idea. That's the worst combination ever. It should be
Right.
like the
Lest anyone think we're
Sponsored.
shills,
So
we
I-
are giving the organizers shit.
One of my events was called Happy Place. I did that with Doug from Hitman.
okay.
And the fun thing with working with Doug is he would let me do some crazy things every now and then. So he,
Shout out to Doug.
Company name like Hitman.
yeah,
I mean,
you know. So we did all kinds of really controversial things.
Oh, these are vape pens. What the heck is going on
With
here?
Happy Place, we did an open branded thing, but part of that was that we were judging the branding.
Right.
So part of it was you would have a score also on the
Yeah,
packaging. And,
like this is straight. This is like straight Supreme ripoff.
Exactly.
It's like a combo of Supreme and every other fucking resin company.
This looks like every other pen. If this was on a shelf, you would have to be knowingly looking for this brand. It's not going to really jump out at you.
No, it's well put together though. I mean, I'll give it that. I'll give it that.
It's
like,
the thing with the legal products. I think there's a big separation between people that know a lot about marketing and all of that side of things, and then people who know about cannabis.
Right.
And
so
it's a really
good
weird
thing we
blend.
said both. The only good thing we said both. Like, we'll just judge the concentrate for everybody. Like, okay, so now what do we do?
Oh,
That was it?
yeah. There's 3, right? There should be
What?
one more. I
No,
think
these are considered concentrates. I think they're in the.
Yeah, there should be one more jar. I opened mine and I think there was one more jar.
I got a bunch of flour.
Oh, maybe in here.
But flour, there is a lot.
Oh no, not a jar. There's this.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. And then there's this, which is another pen
Okay.
thing. So yeah, that was what it was. But
Yeah. So, spoiler alert, I heard this guy is the guy in Vegas.
Here you go.
he's the guy. The guy. Spoiler alert. Well, it's
That is from one of our sponsors tonight, Canyon Cultivation.
Canyon
You want me to
Cultivation.
open this and have it? Cool.
Canyons work. We figured that out on the last show.
Yes.
So is
Holy
this-
shit, they work.
They definitely work. It's like
Can
one
I
of those
just
ones.
tear it and open it up?
No, you're gonna have to actually get a chainsaw to get into it.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Here, get this. Like that.
Oh, perfect.
Look at
I know how
that.
to do
So
that.
wait, check that one. How many milligrams is that one?
400.
It says like 10.
Okay,
Ish.
that's a 10. Is a 50 if you want it.
Oh, okay. I'll take both.
50 is a 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50s.
There you go. Lick it.
Cool.
Lick it, boy. Lick
Yeah.
it.
So
See, now that's
People
marketing.
think it's
now
hilarious
now,
when
what
I
would you
get
say
it.
about
Suck
that?
it,
So
too.
look it. You would love that marketing, right?
Oh,
You're like, lick
look,
it,
the
suck
very
it.
first secret cup.
We're doing
Do you
that.
remember Claude the Candyman?
Of course.
So Claude the Candyman at the very first
Sweet
secret
Stone
cup,
Candy Claude.
they did a promotion that if you came up to them and said "suck it," that he gave you a free edible.
Oh, nice.
no way.
Yeah.
Deal.
There you go.
Exactly.
Amazing genius of marketing by stoners. That would be a great book in the long run, just because there is so much innovation.
So we're finishing the Secret Cup documentary. In the process of editing it, my partner has come up with a few other documentaries he thinks we should do. One of them I'm probably going to have to talk to you about, Adam,
on one
because
sec.
it's going to be.
Oh, just Adam, not the show,
well,
not his show wife. with
Maybe
his
I
real
can
wife.
talk to you, but it's about hash history. The history of hash.
Yeah, you're probably going to want to talk to Adam. I'm going to go,
Exactly. We're going to do a couple things, I think. We're going to do a glass blowing one.
Yeah, but I could arrange to get Steve on the show from Amsterdam.
Okay,
who will provide
yeah.
an amazing history
Exactly.
on hash.
And those are the kind of people we want to talk to. So I know a couple people. I think between all the people that I know, doing an interview with each of them, we should be able to get.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, self-promotion coming up.
Wow.
Hey, where's my mic?
Okay, so this is pretty
Yo,
impressive.
yo. Oh, this is my stoner innovation. So
Okay. Yes.
here's packaging for mixtapes, meaning you get 3. You buy 10, you get 2 5-packs of
Oh, this
different
is-
shit. So I force feed you other genetics, and it's from different, like this one. So this is the one I did with Miles. So his Weed Should Taste Good and Us combo. This is the bubblegum Mesa Cookies cross. And then the idea, what I want to do is bring more also like music styles and stuff too. Like, so if I'm working with a breeder who's a big deadhead, well then pick out some
Oh,
fucking...
he said deadhead. Hate mail coming.
I say it. But anyway, the idea is to kind of bridge those two things together.
I love it.
And
So when
yeah.
I was like, we should have a competition.
so that would win, right?
has-
See, that would win
Exactly.
hands down. You'd be like, the winner is Adam Dunn.
I'm
of course.
ready to give you the trophy right now.
Maxell is coming after him, by the way.
Oh yeah, Maxell.
Yeah, they're coming up. Maxell filed a suit against him because
gotta be
can't
kidding
use.
me.
Yeah, of course I am. Do you think this is what kind of show do you think you're on
I'll
now?
tell you what, it's a joke until Starbucks comes to you. Like,
Yeah,
What?
that's like our
What are
buddy,
you talking
like our buddy
about?
Dougie.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is,
Fuck
like,
Starbucks. How about Ozo Coffee?
when people are uncreative and can't come up with new shit and just go down the shopping aisle and pick out names of brands, they're gonna ask themselves at a certain day like they're gonna get fucked. And so it's better to be that one step ahead and just fucking understand that Star Wars and fucking, you know, Disney with fucking, like, I always trip out on Brothers Grimm. I'm like, what is he thinking, dude? Doesn't he know he can't, like, those are like the big no-nos. You're going to get fucked.
The glass blowers I watch doing a lot of this stuff, and I'm just waiting. I'm like, oh, it's the hammer is coming. I heard that this happened with Mickey Mouse and glass before. That once upon a time, Disney, like somehow tried to enforce their copyright on a number of glass blowers in the olden days.
What?
Which is crazy because it's like full-on art at that point.
It's a callus. Come sit down and say something.
Grab a mic. Oh, he's on it.
Oh, okay. Big man's running his event. Doesn't have time to come on the show. Oh, okay. No, you got someplace to go. It's okay. Go ahead, man. No, go do it. It's not on. Put the headphones on. No, go do what you have to do and come back when you have time. Yeah, okay.
All right,
I'll make fun of you.
All right.
Yeah, that was the organizer of the show, Andrew Pizzicalis from Haze Radio. Thank you for having us.
He blew up he blew up one of these last time.
That's right, he did.
That's right. See,
Holy shit.
Yeah.
When we were at Area 420 and he zoomed in, we hadn't turned on the Zoom feed, and it was like
so
the level was so high. As soon as he got on,
sounds like it worked.
We literally threw our headphones off. Like it went past the limiter. And it was so loud, and we blew the whole box.
Oh, that bad, huh?
Yeah, and that was it. And we didn't wear headphones the rest of the night. So, you know, I'm probably overmodulated, and you'd have no idea what was going on. But yeah, that's what happened the last time.
You know, that's part of the whole doing all this on the fly. You kind of figure it out, move with the punches.
You want to know what would be really cool, man? Is if he took the tops off and then moved them around so that, you know, they called it this, but it's just for judging purposes. You can be assured
they should just make
this
up
is
other names.
right, but it was too late because they did it. Right,
not
now we
names, because then it'll be like...
See if you can match it back up.
Imagine how stony that is.
Yeah, like Stoner Scrabble or something like that.
Imagine the conspiracy theories that stoners would come up with.
Oh, that would be the worst. Like, everybody, that's mine. And they'd be like,
no, they just thought it was that, but it was actually
nobody
mine.
would vote for that guy, man.
And you know how clean it, and you know how like people would see like, well, that's like, it looks just like mine, but a little better, so that's now mine.
Right.
One of the things we did at the Secret Cup, we did, so we blindly relabeled everything, right? And then we did choose your oil. Tell me which one of these is yours. And I'll tell you, like 80, maybe, about 80% of the people got it wrong.
How were they choosing their oil? Did they
would
get to see it?
Yeah. I had like very similar to this. I had all the oil in one box, maybe 20, 30.
So they get a nose. Did they get to take a dab?
Oh, if they wanted to smell it, sure, but we weren't letting them dab it. We just
got it.
Judging from visual and smelling it, which one is yours?
Was it when there was a lot of shatter, or was it?
It was when there was a lot of shatter.
So
exactly.
then everything was like pretty close. Like
it wasn't even that. Like
they gave you shatter. That was the judge right there.
Yeah. This is a sample.
I smell that.
I will say everything that I saw looks pretty good as far as the concentrates that are in it. They all look pretty good. But yeah, people would look at the box of all the samples. They would look at the best one, and they'd be like, that's mine. Regardless of what it actually looked like. You could see their sample and be like completely different color. Like, how could you mistake this for yours? It wasn't that. And somehow they had just, you know, to them, that's what they were seeing. That super nice one. We did it at multiple events. It was routinely that way.
It'd be cool if you were the winner everyone kept saying, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine, and you know it's yours.
I mean, I do like the fact that you guys brought in the idea of letting the competitors judge, just because that kind of has how I always thought was the best, because it's always like sad when you enter, you give a bunch of weed, you pay money or something, and you don't even get to try anybody's weed, and then you're told your weed didn't win, and you're like, wait a minute, and everybody's going to feel like they're getting ripped off or cheated. So when you give them a chance to try everything, it like automatically sort of like levels the playing field. But there's always the issue of so when
bias,
stacking, and exactly. And so we tried to mix it up, but we noticed, there's always a way to cheat in weed, and like if that's your deal and you want to cheat, then you're just kind of like that.
Trump in golf.
You're like a douchebag.
I do believe I have a one-up on it
Yeah.
after doing so many events, and I don't usually talk too much about it.
I do think this is probably going to be like just by smelling it,
It's fire, right?
without even like.
Super good.
And it's got the flavor of now, which is that garlic. I haven't tried it, so I'll find out. But
Just add garlic. I wasn't a fan of this.
I was told that this guy
I think
is
this
good.
is going to be the one right here. So this is for Mark. This is for Mark. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't like that at all.
Oh, okay, yeah, Mark. This is for you.
Mark, we got some.
We got some rosin for you, bro. Or no, some not rosin, just some old shit. Some chatter.
Yeah, it's in the Coke paper. Fuck, that's the thing with these electronic rigs. You can't. It's not so easy to blow it out.
Call them dab toys.
Dab toys.
It's a necessity on the show, but I have to say they've improved. They've improved a lot, but at the same time, it's such a simple thing. We're just trying to heat up something correctly and get it in the right
Have you used a
airflow.
Carta?
And
I've used them all. They're all cool. Like
they all are good, but they all have these
they're not my preferred method of dabbing.
Achilles heel.
Yeah, but if you,
Well, it's the for me the problem is like the maintenance obviously is super
It's the
high.
convenience factor.
And you're like, well, the convenience factor is why it's popular as fuck.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the problems, the cons, let's say,
Oh yeah, sure.
are if you're not anal as fuck and clean that bitch like all the time, the way we do dabs is ridiculous. You'll open it up and you'll be
the
like,
way you do dabs.
well, look
No,
at the dab tool the guy
exactly.
gave me.
I brought that over.
I know, but look how big it is.
I know.
Jesus. Now you want me to do big dabs.
No, I'm just saying.
It's a little dab. But
Agreed. Yeah, the maintenance on them seems difficult. Like, I've had numerous situations where somebody passed me one and it was broken.
Wow. This looks like the winner.
They are the future. I feel like ultimately this
It's there,
technology
you just
will
gotta-
get there, but for me,
This one has the look. I'm not catching any terps off of it.
but it's got the grittiness. It's got that gritty
But
garlic.
it has the look like it's going to be fire.
yeah. I heard about this guy.
You're poisoning the well here.
Yeah.
Easy does it there. I'm easily swayed. You can use a Jedi mind trick on me. Don't do it. Oh, did you see this? That was in the bag too? Check it.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Yeah,
That
great
wasn't
thing.
in
I
my
really
bag.
want to wear that. Stoked. So stoked to wear that.
Yeah.
I had
Made you look.
I had the
Made you look.
the super hitter thing, but
Can't believe that.
I cannot believe we're set up in this place, man. This is fun. Look around. What this came together. You would have tell me how you would have planned this out a little. There was nothing we could do. This is the 2 hottest days of the
We need
entire
this much
year.
space. We need this much space.
so I've done a few events in Vegas. I did one that was pretty good that we did in a mansion. It was 5 days or so long.
So you know what I was reminiscing
That's a
about?
proper judging.
I was reminiscing, and you were probably there. Do you remember? Were you at the event where the cops busted it and the helicopters came after Champs, and everyone jumped over fences and ran and like the weed got stuffed in jars. and
George's
it was
event got after
this is like
Champs.
a while ago.
I think I was there after. That happened relatively early or late?
This is like in probably 2000.
No, I mean at night.
Pretty early actually.
Yeah, so I came after. That's
Yeah.
what happened. I got there and it was like, party was over. I just heard about it, you know?
So they had to do their thing. What am I doing?
Oh, yeah. Let's get Pitts on here before they kick us off here. And I think the comedians are getting restless.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the comedians. This was the comedian. This is the comedy tent, and we sort of, we hijacked it.
It
I pressured him. He was like, "Well, can you go on for 30 minutes and then you come off and let the comedians come on?" I'm like, "We're not going to be as funny as the funny people that get paid to be funny. So let us do our thing, and then we'll only do it for an hour or so."
Yeah, and well, I mean, we'll see. We can.
Up, they're looking at it right now.
Oh, it's
Fuck,
getting rough.
they're
It's getting
eyeing this
scary.
shit right
It's getting
now.
scary. We can let them do this.
No, I don't know what's going
Are
on.
we
I'm making
going-
it up.
are
This
we
is like
live
seeing
right
2
now?
people
We're
fighting
not
on the
live.
street and
We're not live.
using their
We're not
voices.
live. We're not live.
I know we're not.
I did another event
Yeah.
If you want to just keep going.
No.
We're still recording.
Yeah, we'll still go fine. We'll broadcast out tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, let's get Pitts in here, and then we'll figure it out, right? What are we going to do? It's 117 degrees outside, and it's 9 o'clock, okay?
Oh, I already knew coming to Vegas. Like, first of all, I would never plan a Vegas summer event.
Hold on. It's 109 degrees.
Yeah. This was my problem doing Chalice every year in the desert. Like, one of the things when you're planning an event for people, you have to try and think, like, this is something they're paying a lot of money to go to. They want to have a good time. What are going to be some obvious things that are going to prevent that?
Why don't we take a break, pull this back, let them do their
I don't
thing.
know if that was his thing.
And then we can. No, but we can just adjust it for them. And
Let's just see what he wants. We'll bring Pizzicalis on and talk to him and see what it was. Maybe I made up what they were talking. I don't know. I don't even know if they were comedians. I don't know who they are. I'm your funny sidekick, trying to bring levity to a very stressful day for everyone. Everyone take a dab.
Everyone take a dab.
Everyone take a dab and thank Mark. I actually saw Mark get mad today. It wasn't his fault, but he did get mad. And he snapped back in like 60 seconds. So that's just, he went and did his thing, came on back, and he crushed it. Got the computer on. It's all charged. We're recording. Right?
Adam is an old pro at doing these events. And one of the things you learn is you just roll with the punches.
100%.
Like,
Roll.
whatever happens, you just kind of figure it out and go from there.
But we don't want to be the dicks either, so like I don't mind taking a break and letting them do their thing. But it's a pain in the ass for the equipment.
Let's
but if we
get
pull it-
Pizzicalis on and have him tell us what he would like, right? And let's just not assume. We don't know. We don't know. Right?
Yeah.
But we can also
And we can we'll
zip it,
we'll zip it.
zip it and start.
We can do that.
How about that, guys? How about we take a 5-second
Why don't
break?
you grab Pizzicalis for us?
No, or just take a 5-second break and then we come back when we start.
Oh yeah, you could pause it, right? Because since we're not live.
We're gonna come right back after this. 'Cause
We'll
we're
be
so
back
professional.
after this.
We're so professional.
My compliments.
Yeah, thanks. I knew
This
you'd
is really
appreciate
cool.
that. I knew you'd appreciate that. All right, so we're back. Okay, are we back?
We're back.
We are back. And we're here with the organizer, this time with a mic that actually works. And he's hydrated, fully hydrated, ready to
I
go.
am hydrated.
Did not blow out our fucking thing. Look at this. We had a brand new thing.
Oh,
Can we call this the Pizzicalis
I'm
box?
fucking excited.
Blew that out.
I love it.
I don't
Did you know that?
That's
You
why
blew
we put the
this
spit
is-
guard on you, so we keep you in check. You get spit guard. Yeah, you know.
It's COVID safe. You blew this out
I
last
love it.
time because we had it turned up when you zoomed in when we were at the show.
I know.
And it
I
went
know.
boom, and it went bow.
I know.
Yeah,
I feel bad, but I honestly am so. I have to say I'm super happy and fucking.
Your
super,
assistant has the water. Oh yeah, this is
I
the
got
winner.
fresh water.
This is the
Winner chicken dinner.
Yeah, we were pretty much on.
This is the winner.
Did you guys do flour? Is that Mikey Tricom or who? Yeah, my boy James said the same thing.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
That one, I wasn't impressed with the others.
Yeah, we didn't have much
Not that I wasn't
competition with the
impressed.
oil.
They were okay. They were okay. It was.
And once we do it in Cali, we're going to have all
lick
these
it.
compliant brands, and we'll have so much for you guys to fucking come and sample and everything
You know,
else.
it's one of those things where we're still riding the kind of wave of the events that we used to love, but unfortunately they are going to be harder and harder to do because unless you want to be completely underground and just like, you know, and as you see, it's like one of those things where you never know what the fuck's going to happen, right?
I know. And the other thing, though, is that we're compliant, though. We have a legal license. They gave out 37 of them in the state of California, so I can legally do cannabis events in any city in the state of California as long as the city council of that city allows cannabis events.
Oh, sure. I'm
And
sure they'll all be
and
fine with that.
Not all of them. Not all of them. You know that. But there's a lot that will. We've got approval for Long Beach, you know, which is real cool. We're talking to the LA City Council. Adelanto is really easy. That's where they just had Kushtok. We talked with the mayor, so we're going to be able to do some cool events there. And I really appreciate you guys came down here for the event. I have to tell you, I love it because we always play you guys on the network. I love both of you guys like dearly, and
Even Dave.
I honestly like
That's what he meant with the both you guys.
Semi-gay, but
No, it's all there.
no, but honestly, I greatly appreciate you guys supporting our first Haze Cup with the awards made by Jerome Baker. There is a lot of good fire though. There is the flour. There's definitely some heat. Zeke's like really good bud, high percentage, high 30%. Really great one. You got Doc. You got Doc, who's a vet from Humboldt County, brought stuff. We got there's some heat. There's the green crack. The green crack is pretty good. Both of those ones from Zeke are pretty fire.
Well, they have a very similar terpene structure.
Very, and they just came out with these strains. They're super dope. Just came out with them.
This is a disruptive terpene. What is that?
You guys brought bud.
Some late entry.
No.
Oh. No, this is.
What are you talking about?
This smells like some OG Kush.
It is a little bit.
Little cushy.
No, it's actually sage and sour. So.
Oh wow.
But it's a purple pheno from Colorado.
Oh my God, it smells great.
What?
Adam brought his own weed to the cannabis
He brought his
competition.
own weed. Yeah, that's what I was
so
gonna tell
he could
you.
show up everyone because you know why?
I just want to make
Because
sure. I don't
I
know.
want to
the
take a
boss.
bong. I want to take a bong of that shit for sure. Can you give me a nug of it?
Oh,
course.
Give me- give me a nug.
whoa.
What do you mean? Am I too wild for me to ask for a
course.
fucking nug? Are you
Dude.
kidding me?
I can't believe. First off, thank you for having us.
Oh yeah, dude.
And you could not have known, unless you're fucking Storm Fields, that the past 2 days were going to be the hottest days in Vegas
in history.
in years,
I
with the
had to-
highest
yeah.
humidity.
I had to switch venues in 48 motherfucking hours. Do you know what that was like?
No idea.
I literally came in from Vegas on Wednesday from Cali, from doing shit, people coming, entering, trying to get everything ready for the fucking cup. And then I get to Vegas at 7 p.m. trying to do stuff.
I was on the text string,
Yeah,
man.
and then it fucking, it's 10:30. I go over. I'm already fucking tired, but I go to see Sheldon. Oh, thank you, brother. Sheldon, who's the creator of the Las Vegas Cannabis Awards, says, "Hey man, go pick up the VIP bands." I was like, because I knew I wouldn't be able to get to them.
VIP band? What?
Yeah, I got them for you for tomorrow. So you guys get all access. Go backstage, whatever the fuck you want. I got you covered.
Huh?
I got everybody in the party covered. Actually, I got 200 bands.
Well, then what's the point of backstage if
20
everybody
well,
gets to go
everybody
there?
at this party got lucked out. Nobody else got it. He gave me bands. So what happened is it's 10:30 at night. I leave tattoo shop after fucking driving, getting ready, packing, picking up all this shit, and all of a sudden I get a text. I need to talk to you. And I'm like,
The house melted.
From the fucking owner of this. Literally, we were gonna hold it in a 7,000. You know what it was? We were.
I saw the photos.
7,000
there.
fucking square foot.
Oh yeah,
giant
that's
mansion.
right. Adam didn't get the message from me, so he drove out there and he was
Stop.
sitting
Did
there.
you really?
And
Yeah.
the funny part was they let us through the gate
No way.
we said, oh, we're at the Adam Dunn show, and they were like, well, let me check, and they called, and they were like, okay, and then we and we go inside.
Are you fucking
And
kidding
then we
me?
got there, and we pulled in, and then we walked right up to it. I was like, either this is I don't know how they're hiding all the cars because there's nothing
nobody here.
And then it was like regular, knocked on the door, nothing, and then we put the stuff back in, and then we were like, oh, new location.
Yeah, because imagine if you were out by that. Imagine if you guys right now, it's a perfect example. It's what time is it? It's fucking 9 o'clock, whatever, right? The party's from 7 to 1 o'clock. Right now, if we went outside and just sat outside for fucking 5 minutes,
What do you mean?
10 minutes, are you gonna not be sopping and fucking sweat?
We did. We said, somebody said, you know what? It's a little noisy in here. Adam said, let's step outside, see if we can do it out there. we stood outside for, I turned around. I mean, like, took 4 steps out,
So-
went right back in. They waited maybe 10 more seconds.
So
And that was it.
imagine if we would have had it at that house, most of it, all the tables, all the fucking comedy, this whole thing was all outside by the pool, supposed to be a pool party. nobody would have everybody would have left the party. Like, it would have sucked fucking balls. And I had to find in Vegas a place that would let me have a cannabis thing inside.
How did you do that?
It was miraculous. I don't even want to get into
I know who's in this building, okay? My buddy, he was here. He knows the owner of the building.
Yeah.
He knows one of the offices upstairs.
Yeah.
He can't believe it.
Yeah.
He's like, dude,
Yeah.
you know who's up there? He's showing me his phone, going, look, man, look at the address. You know, I'll give you a secret, though. You know what I did?
Tell me.
Don't tell anybody.
Tell
Did we ever
me.
get that mic to work or no?
I noticed that they had the thermostat set at 83 degrees.
No, I think what happened.
No.
Yeah,
It was
thanks.
set at. I just walked over about an hour ago.
You're a
and set it
genius.
down to 67, and
You're a
now
genius.
in here,
You're a genius.
right? It was set
You're a fucking
at 83,
genius.
man. No
Fucking
one looked
genius.
at it. I'm like, why is it so fucking hot
I
in
was
here and not in
wondering
there?
too.
And so it says right there, there's 2 rooms on the thermostat. Somebody just turned down the other room, didn't touch this one.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Oh
Well, it's all
my
fixed
God.
now. Right? Because now it's kind of cool in here, where before Mark was sweating balls.
Now
He was like, I don't want to do it here. It's too hot.
But the best part about the whole thing is that we're nice and cool, way cooler than outside,
Yeah.
and
that mic work?
and everyone can have a dope time.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I
I
mean?
need to ask a
See if it
favor.
works.
Yeah,
Is
whatever
there
it is.
security for us? Because the comedians want to kick the fuck out of us. I'm just saying. I'm looking at him right now. He's like, I am going to make so much fun of you tonight. If you were even in the room, I am roasting your ass. Yes. No, yeah, that for sure, right? For sure. I read it right? I read the room right? Those are the comedians that hate us, right? Yeah, of course.
They got you down.
Yeah.
Like it took his
I'm a friend of Joe Stapleton. He loves one of you guys. He said you were really funny.
So,
No, he's also from a whole other thing too.
The UFC?
Oh,
He's
yeah,
going to
you're-
kick my...
Yeah,
fuck.
you're-
Peace and love.
it's all going down. It's all going
Peace
down.
and love.
I
The guy in the tie-dye, though, he looks pissed off. I'm just saying right now. You looking at him right now?
he's the one
Yeah.
that runs Green Room LA, the big comedy. He works at the Comedy Store. All these comedians are from the Los Angeles Sunset Comedy Store.
Do you guys know Pete Cornacchione?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Max would. Hey, Max, come here for a second.
Do you know Pete Cornacchione? He used to judge. He used to do the roast battle at the LA Comedy Club.
Can you repeat that, please?
Pete Cornacchione, who used to do the roast battles. No, totally unfunny. He lied to me. He made me laugh, and he was totally full of shit. Okay, it's all right. I shouldn't have said his name on the air, though. Hopefully, the show won't even go
Here or
out.
now?
No, I can hear perfect. Sounds great.
All right, Max, tell Max.
I'm not saying the name again.
Tell him who you are.
He's a funny guy.
Thank you.
Tell him who you are.
Hey, I'm Max. I run the Green Room LA in Los
on.
Angeles. Yeah, we do 420 friendly stand-up comedy.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's not themed cannabis, but we just like
Can you
to.
smoke in the venue while the comedian's on stage? Comedian smoke?
That's what we don't know.
2 out of the 3 venues, we. Sorry.
There's no. You never have to apologize for taking.
Thank
a
you.
hit of
We have
cannabis.
2 outside venues, one in Venice, one in the west side, one in the valley, and then our other venue is at an actual comedy club. So we they give us the outside patio to smoke and
Yeah, smoker friendly. That's awesome. Because that is the one thing. If you can have a comedy set place where you can actually smoke and be chill with your buddies and stuff, it's just like that's fucking golden. Right
That's
there.
basically why I started the show because in college I would watch I get high and I watch Dane Cook and Kevin Hart and I wanted to be able to do that with my friends. So I started doing comedy and I would try to invite them to my shows, but I guess I'm not that fucking funny, man.
I think that's what he thought. He just started a podcast, put his name on it.
Yeah, and I just make sure I have a sidekick at any time that I can kind of ridicule
Goes wrong?
and make him look bad. And we have the formula that works, you know.
Of
And we talk about
course.
weed the whole time. So that's all you want to hear.
Like what?
yeah.
It's the perfect idea.
Exactly. Well, that's awesome to hear because I think the idea we were talking about earlier with my friend Jamie Nori because he's a filmmaker, and I was like, I feel like film and I feel like things where it's a little more interactive are becoming more and more where people want, because they're so used to. We have too much access to too many things which we never had before. Before it was like, you had to go to the video store and get a video and try to find and get your friends over and watch a video.
Did you just say video store?
Yeah. And
How old are you? He doesn't know what a video store is.
Oh, I had laser discs.
Oh,
but you
bump that shit up right there, bam.
But you created a little bit of a vibe each time. You know what I mean? Like you go to the guy's house whose mom was cool or dad was cool, and you could smoke or have a drink or do whatever it was, and that was just like
Ace,
how you created these little sort of bonds and cool things that were dope. And now we don't get that so much, because now it's like everyone's in their own little world.
Oh yeah,
sitting on their phone or fucking.
I try to chase that high all the time. I try to create that perfect moment, and we actually do a show at a house, like in someone's backyard, and that was like the first time we've ever done that was this summer, and it turned out perfect.
Yeah,
well,
that's dope shit. That's like workaholic style shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's sort of like, I love that.
Yo, that's a real show in LA. It's a comedy show at the Workaholics house in the Valley.
Oh, really?
Some dude just rented it. Some dude just rented it out.
Yeah, because they lived at that house. That was the dopest part about that, is when I realized that they actually were like, no, we'll just live here. This is cool. Yeah. I was like, yeah, these guys. That's why I love the show so much, because I was always, and I listen to their podcast, which is. This is important, which is amazing. You listen to that, and it's like you just want to hang out with those guys. Because it's like, all right, there you go.
Hell yeah! If I could have them on one day, they could respond to my Instagram.
And that's the idea.
What is your Instagram?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Look at you. Look at you.
Thank you. The Green Room LA.
All right, I'm gonna have some.
Just at the Green Room LA.
Yes, it's at the Green Room LA. One word, Max Goldman at the Green Room LA.
All right.
Extra stage left. Boom. Switch. And then we can break her down. And then we can break her down. And you guys can come.
He's going to punch me. I'm pretty sure. Mark wants out of here. He's gonna hit me. She's letting the air out of your tires.
So,
I guarantee that.
So I want to give a quick. Yeah, I'm gonna pass it off to him.
Never mind.
I just want to.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna switch off with
little
this.
switch intro. Yeah, we're gonna switch off. So I want to introduce Anthony.
Yeah.
Anthony is with 40 Tons. So you know 40 Tons.
We're here in the 40 ton.
You mean it's what we covered up to set up the green screen?
I know.
Now just to give you.
He came over like a bat out of hell. Remember when we were setting everything up?
Stand up and unclip that.
I got something for you though.
Stand up.
I got something for you.
40 tons.
You remember? You know how Trump pardoned like 1,600 people.
Will you help with that?
Wait, Trump pardoned 1,600
so listen,
people.
So Trump. No, don't even worry about it for right now. It's all right. It's all right.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. All right. So now you see that. So Trump pardoned 1,600 people. Out of 1,600, only 8 were pardoned for life sentences in cannabis. That gentleman right behind you, Corvin Cooper, was one of those 8 people who were pardoned by Trump. Welcome, Anthony, his best friend and partner, and helped him get out of fucking jail. And we'll tell you about literally moments before Trump got on the plane, he was fucking set free.
That's awesome.
That's pretty dope.
Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it was amazing, man. I mean, if you have any questions, I'll just answer them. But
tell what's up.
Well, when we have an hour, we want you to come back on the show and tell us the whole thing.
And
I appreciate that. Yeah,
we're actually like super humbled to be already we're in your zone. So we got to bring you in. But then I realized like how much more involved, because there's plenty of brands out there, but there's not many brands that care. That's
I appreciate it.
Super important. So it's good to hear, and it's like, I mean. It was funny because I was thinking right away when you said that, I was like, so the Tiger King didn't get out, but he got out. It's like, wow, you figured Trump would have gone for the Tiger King, because that's way more like just bang, boom, everybody knows that his
Carol Baskin.
They would have done like bam, but no, that's super dope. That's like,
I mean, it was a blessing, man. What I will say, and this was a big instrumental thing for us, was Clubhouse.
Oh,
it's how I met Andrew.
Really?
It's how I met Andrew. It's how we, the whole industry kind of came together in the beginning of, when the early days of Clubhouse, when there wasn't as many people on it. And what ended up happening was a culture was built in the cannabis industry. And so you got to meet people you normally would never meet, and cream rises to the top. Yeah. So you start to realize who's bullshit, or who's really not what they are, or who's an asshole, or who's this or who's that. And then
that list is
and
long.
So,
yeah, really. How did
you just made the longest list I've ever heard of?
Well,
that's called the no bueno list.
I'm narrowing it down to like 2 percenters. Now.
Right. So, well, you know, so it's been a blessing to be around that 2%. And Andrew's one of those people, and it's been a blessing. And then so that was 4 or 5 months every day going on saying, hey, can you just sign my boy's petition? Just sign the petition. I'm not selling nothing on Clubhouse. I don't want you to go download something. Just please go to change.org, sign the petition, and then boom, Trump lets him out 4.5, 5 months later. So the timing was just perfect. Clubhouse was perfect. Meeting the right people was perfect. And now we're free. And Corvain's the chief brand ambassador of our organization. You know what I'm saying? And so my wife, who's the lady to your right, is the CEO.
Shout out. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Beautiful black woman that is represented as the owner of a cannabis brand.
That's sick. And then
thank you, my brother.
I mean, how long did he spend? How long?
So Corvain got he had life, but he ended up doing 9 years.
Okay.
And so yeah, he was doing 9 years, and 9 years at like a rough place, not no just walk in the park type shit. Because you
North Carolina or something like that.
That's where his case was out of. Yeah, and then but he did his time in the end last few years was in Pollock, Louisiana.
Oh yeah, it's even worse. It's like. That sounds like one of the roughest.
Where am I getting transferred to? A rougher place.
Like,
I flew in
with mosquitoes that are even bigger than.
Was it Baton Rouge? No, it was what's another city like out? Not New Orleans, but like another city.
You just named all the good ones.
I forgot. Yeah. It was like another one, right? It was 2 hours from that other one.
Oh my god.
So I'm driving in the
from
station.
the other one,
dude. And here's the funny thing, dude. I almost went to jail going to pick him up. Because I was speeding at 110 miles an hour, not realizing it in the middle of nowhere, Louisiana. I get pulled fucking over. I'm like, fuck.
Dude.
Going to get my friend is
I didn't realize.
Did you tell him? I'm going to get my friend who was just pardoned by Trump. They would have been like, oh, you can go.
Yeah, no, well,
you go ahead.
I didn't want to tell him I was going to a prison because, you know, he might be like, who the fuck are you, right? So
he'd be like, yeah, you are.
But it was funny.
And you're like, no.
I'll race you.
Right. So it was just super funny. I just told the dude straight up, I said, listen, I'm sorry. I know I didn't realize I was speeding, and I'm going somewhere that's very, very important. I'm not from the area, and I thought I was going with the flow of traffic. He looked at me and he goes, get the fuck out of here and slow down. I was like,
bam.
So that's a good.
So being honest works.
At that time, it was, yeah. I hopped on it.
It usually does. It's
never
like
worked for Adam.
It resonates. It usually resonates. It's one of those deals where it's like if you know.
And normally I wouldn't fucking say shit. Just let him give me the fucking ticket and go.
Right.
But like I'm going to pick up my dude who's freaking who just got out after the life sentence. Like I can't fuck this up.
Yeah.
Hurry the fuck up. Within the speed limit.
Exactly.
You know, I've written, and
It's
like
like
for 5 months.
Even today I had it where Stady right behind me just whip, and he goes around me to go get somebody else. And I had to like cut in between.
Pop off. Because a couple people want to say.
I just want to let you know, I've been writing to the Last Prisoner Project for 5 months now. I finally had somebody reach out to me with an email that I wrote to. I haven't heard back from them. So
I'm very sorry. I will connect you with the Last Prisoner Project. It must be going somewhere that's not the right email because we know the lady who runs all that stuff. We'll make a connection tomorrow.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Because listen, we do a cannabis podcast. We're very, very lucky.
What's your email?
Dave at AdamDunnShow.com.
Perfect. Dave at AdamDunnShow.
What's his name?
D-U-N-N?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you, man, and we'll figure it out to come do it again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, brother. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
I want to tell the comedians it's not my fault. I love you guys.
We're trying to be funny at the same time too. We're trying.
I have a thin skin. I'm pretty full of myself up here, but when I'm out there, I might cry. So don't fuck with me too bad later.
All right, quick, Uncle Stoner, jump on in. I have you on the flyer, so I gotta have you on.
Uncle Stoner.
Finally.
Oh, the hot seat, huh?
Right here, brother.
I heard very good things about the way you run a competition.
Here he is. It's transparent. As transparent can be. How'd it go?
Oh, well, we're still doing it.
Of course, that's why I would have been so first round.
First we judged them on the terpene profile and the crystal formation.
Got it.
And then we did all that, gave the reason
and you agreed,
behind that.
And there was no fights?
And now, no fights, actually.
Nobody
Everything
fucked
went
up?
down.
That's good.
Not like your old competitions. No fights then.
I never had any fights.
Just people shitting their pants back then.
Oh, were you there for that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm old school. I remember that.
Yeah, the old shit in the pants. It's a good cup when someone shit their pants, right? That's like a number one. You can hear, yeah.
I was going to say, I was wondering why I couldn't hear.
There you go.
Oh, wow. I can even hear you better now, Adam.
Yeah, now I'm almost here. Now like I'm in your ear.
Yeah, now
I'm
you're
in
like
your
in my
ear, and you're like, yes, this is almost like a real show. We had you
Except
on.
normally we don't have somebody come on and exchange numbers and making sure we can.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Hey.
So Uncle Stoner, who I met back in the day in Amsterdam, he was were you in the Army or the Marines? What were you?
Both, Navy and Army.
Oh, wow.
I did
You're
two
both.
branches.
That's cool.
I was a weapons specialist in the Navy and then a combat medic in the Army.
So he was,
Damn.
which you never
Fuck,
met.
thank you.
And then he went completely fucking 180, and he fucking
Why?
grew out the
Why?
dread.
I don't think it's 180. I think it would have gone great if you'd have had all those skills together when you were doing all that shit.
Yeah, I know.
And they didn't give you
Well,
crap.
they come out. I mean, if you're in the woods and you hear crack in the wood, you Uncle Stoner is now turned into. He's got a thing around his head. He's like,
Attention!
ho! Yeah, no, it was, and so I met you when you were probably I met you like a while ago. It was like at least
Over 20 years ago.
22 years,
Yeah, something like that.
20 something years.
Yeah.
And you were pretty much just seemed like you were just coming out of that like headspace of like you've been to Jamaica, right? You went to Jamaica first?
Yeah, Jamaica. First I went to Mexico, taught some surfing a little bit. Then from that went to Jamaica. Started my dreadlocks there, learned a little bit about their genetics and stuff, and seen what they had going on as far as the cannabis. And then had to go to the motherland. Heard about this is where all the genetics are. Back in the day.
Oh, you mean Colorado?
No, maybe now. No. Back in the day, you had to go to Amsterdam to get all the true genetics and stuff. That's where we went. Stuff. And
he would be like one of those guys. Like when the Cannabis Cup came around, there'd be like certain people you'd see, and then it's real, it's happening. Like there's no like all the things you planned and all the ideas and the cool
edification.
You had to fucking be ready to go because Uncle Stoner was in the house. He would come earlier and earlier and leave later and later, and then at a certain point he just fucking was just like furniture, right?
Yeah, I had a flat there after a few years. Started having flat there for a lot of years.
Shout out to Willie White, hanging out with Willie. Doing all the Amsterdam things.
Crazy White Sean, God rest his soul.
Shout out to Crazy White.
Steve the Nose.
Steve the Nose, definitely.
The Nose.
He's been going nuts on because this we should have given Pizzicalis a little shit. He's calling it the Haze Cup, and there's not a single Haze entry. So, and I don't think Steve realizes that because he likes every time I say the Haze Cup, he's like, oh, boom, love that one, love that one, love that one. I'm like, brother, I'm just telling you, it's not
I mean, there's some stuff over there that we're seeing right now in our category. Some that has some old school lineage to it. Like some super silver haze smelling to it.
See what he brought?
Some skunk number one kind of smelling stuff over there too. So a lot of the judges are impressed with a lot of trichome formation. Some people, they blew it when it came to curing and handling it and everything.
Something tells me that if Max Montrose and Uncle Stoner were ever in a room, it would be a nerd off.
Do you know Max?
I don't know. I'm great with faces, names. It took me
Max looks like
15 years to remember your name, Adam.
He looks like his emo that he used to have.
No, but he looks like what Max might look like in 20 years.
No, come on now.
Of course, when Adam met me, I had dreadlocks though.
Oh yeah, Uncle Stoner has completely changed his persona. But that's it's nice to see that.
Dude, being in combat will do that to you.
See what legal weed does to you. It makes you all looking like this.
Well, you were doing some pretty. You were getting a lot of broadcasting sort of numbers and stuff, right? You were crushing it. Oh, and you were on some shit. What were you on? We were on like
Smokers Guy TV. I did.
No, weren't you on like Jimmy Fallon or something like that back in the day? Or he talked about you, or somebody? Who was the late night host that talked about you? Somebody talked about you.
Getting high with Doug. Something.
Doug Benson. That was
Doug Benson was talking about me. I did that show where they followed me around for like a week. The Swedish guys, Frederick and Flip, or something like that. And they named me the craziest and coolest guy of Amsterdam during the Cup. And then they happened to go on Getting High with Doug Benson. And they talked about me on Doug Benson.
Yeah, they talked to me. Yeah, so his other guys talking about it. So I met this guy. Uncle Stoner. And I was like, I know Al. This is good. This is interesting.
Yeah, your wife actually sent me the link. And she goes, Uncle Stoner, you got to look at this.
That's funny.
Yeah. So that was several years ago.
So, we go way back.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you've been doing your squash off. Give us a little heads up. You've been doing this for 5 years or something
since 2017. This is our 30th one.
Fourth year. Yeah, 4 years.
30th one. We've done them Amsterdam twice. We've done them in Mexico. Then all over the U.S.
Nice.
And you did it with Mila, I think, or something. Did you do it or not?
Yeah, no, Mila's been a judge. I mean, I've had all the old school legends. Dumac, Haze.
Whoa, last name used on the show.
Oh my God, he's gonna kill me. I hate when I do that. He's gonna. Hopefully, he's not listening. He's gonna kill me.
It's okay. I introduce him as my father, and nobody questions it.
I did that on a live feed when I was over in Amsterdam. You know where the you know that one tall building where the steakhouse is, that right there in the damn square, the real tall one.
Sure.
I'm up there and I said his name, Mr. Haze, and said, the other one. And he rose up and, God damn it, I'm gonna throw you off this building.
Yeah, you gotta watch out.
He still has a flip phone. And if you ever send him like an emoji, it fucks his phone up, man.
Oh, shit.
And he screams.
I'm gonna have to do that now. Yeah, but that was the old times, good times. I mean, I'm kind of glad it's the way it's going now, but the quality and stuff and the care sometimes is going down.
Well, that's exactly what you said before about the mishandling is what I tell people all the time. I'm like, you can grow cannabis well or great, but you can handle it like shit, and that'll change everything. You know what I mean? People and it can be in shitty conditions. Like here, like right now it's humid, but normally it's pretty dry. Right. So people aren't usually used to that. So then you get a person who doesn't really build a room to the right specs, and then all of a sudden they're like, all their shit dries up.
Trying to figure out how to put the humidity.
How many ways can you fuck it up after we cut it down?
Usually you're trying to pull the humidity out.
Yeah.
They don't need to try to put it in.
Oh, in Colorado we have to do that. We have to put humidifiers in I have to constantly put humidifiers into my dry room just to keep it ambient, you know what I mean? Which is nuts. And it's a lot of work, but it makes a big difference because the minute you turn it off and all of a sudden your shit turns to dust, you know? So,
Oh, yeah.
So, you have to get...
That's regular weed in Colorado to turn into dust.
So you did 30 now, and where's the next one planned at?
What's that? Where's the next one to be in Lake of the Ozarks at the Grow Trade Fest, actually. That's going to be a nice one, Lake of the Ozarks.
Lake of the Brozarks,
at the Four Seasons Lodge there.
Brozarks, bro.
Yeah, it's, I think it's a 3 or 4 day event. Jennifer Rouse is putting on.
All right.
Lake of the
We're
Ozarks.
doing an ADSI in the Ozarks, it sounds like.
Oh, what's the date?
The 27th to the 30th, I believe it is.
Of what month?
Of July. It's August.
Sorry,
August.
We got a thing. We got a thing.
But no, we should definitely talk in the future about CrossFit Pass, because it's like one of the things that I wanted to do is make a second round to what I do, which is a competition for flowers, and then do a rosin press for the loop.
Yeah, well, they're working together. You know?
Yeah, so we can definitely do that, because that just highlights both of us without having to change up our style.
There you go. All right. Now I have to get back to my competition.
And I got to end the show because I got people dying. People are actually lining up, looking like they want to hear the show.
Wait, Pitt said he wanted us to have one more person come on.
Did he?
He's around the...
Oh, no, yeah.
Hey, Pitts.
No, this guy.
Oh, this is the Delta 8 guy, man.
Here we go.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit. Okay, so we have one more guest, and then we are done. So
welcome to the show, my friend. I was just giving you shit earlier. Listen, we're going to have to wait and see how the industry plays out. I don't ever fault anyone for trying to monetize.
You Oregon?
Yes, we are. Grants Pass, Oregon.
And where's that at? Which part? Southern?
Southern Oregon, yep.
Which is like the new sort of NorCal as far as growing goes when it comes to
it's always been
quality and the style of growers and stuff. And NorCal's getting hot and dry like today over here, but this is not NorCal, but had the same vibe as far as like, I forget, we're in Colorado, we're based in Colorado, so we don't have humidity either. Never figured that out. Well, so you entered an entry?
Yes.
Was it oil or flower?
So we entered the CBD product. That was our lemon crack, which was cannabis-derived terpene infused with our Delta 8. Infused with our Delta 8. And honestly, it's just a different experience because we use a quartz coil versus ceramic, and we've really put a lot of work into it.
One of those.
And basically we did that, and then also we had our solventlessly infused Delta 8 blunt that we also entered too. And I'm very confident in our products, and I do think it's because of the climate, really, and being...
Well, this like the CBD marketing in Oregon, I mean, it blew up huge, and I went to some farms that were massive, and there was a lot of... The problem there was a lot of humidity issues with big, people growing these giant footballs and then like losing 80% of them. You know what I mean? All the big ones got hit with mold usually. And so
yeah, that's why I honestly think it's better to shoot for higher quality. I think that lower quality is certainly losing its value, and there is just it's a very difficult market. And
I mean, so you're doing only extractions, or you do smokable flower?
So we primarily focus on extraction and then distillation. We do our own conversions of our Delta 8, and we basically make some of the purest products that really have a lot of integrity behind them.
And then the flower that you're putting in, you grow that also?
No, I would stay away from growing. It's never been my thing, especially for hemp. So we've really been a company that looks after a lot of the local farmers, and we actually have paired with a lot of the best farmers in Oregon. And so we have organic CBG mixed with lifter CBD, and honestly, it's been really unbelievable how hemp has grown from something maybe 3 or 4 years ago was like swag, and now it is effectively, you can almost not tell the difference between that and cannabis.
Yeah, people definitely are dialing it in, and it's figuring out where things grow where, and that's really, like, there's a lot of shit that might do really well where you are, but it doesn't do shit where I am, or the other way around, so it's like you filter that out over the last couple of years. I saw some beautiful farms, or definitely Oregon, I have to say, hands down, best looking hemp farms I saw over the years, because in Colorado, it's just too dry. You can't grow big enough plants. Everything, has got a certain limitation. There was like no limitations.
Got a lot of good indoor though.
Oh yeah, and indoors everywhere, like just dialing in your conditions. But definitely, as far as some beautiful natural spots, I had guys who had me fly up to complain about CBD seeds that we produced, and then when we got there, it was like, they're too big, you know what I mean? They're too big, and they're too. So I was like, it's hard because I never grew them there. So we made them in Puerto Rico, which is also humid, so should handle it, but still.
Like, have you seen some of the indoor hemp now? How incredible this looks, and it's selling for $200 an ounce online,
which is crazy. And it's more expensive than weed.
Yes, yes, it is, because it's more widely available because of the fact that you can sell interstate, and just the barriers to entry are obviously much lower. But I think that there is a huge demand for lower potency flowers such as CBD.
Not on this show. Not on this show. This show, not. Well,
Wrong show, my friend.
I can understand where Dave was razzing here, because it's like, oh, wow, that goes 100% against our way of thinking. We're like, we're okay then.
No, because we did a whole show on Delta 9, man, and it's just Delta 8, and it's one of those. Sorry,
Well, the problem with Delta 8 is one thing is it shows the man how easy it is for us to just play with shit and flip things around. So they're not holding us back by telling. They just tell us which lane to go into, and we'll go into it. But at the same time, it's got to make sense and be logical, right? So when they say all of a sudden some weird rule that you can't extract from hemp because it's getting into the cannabis market, which is like what they were saying in Colorado, which is like, really, you're worried about that? Like, that's the last thing you need to be worried about, because no one's going to buy it because it's swag to begin with. So you can take it and turn it into the most.
That pig's got lipstick on it.
But it's hard, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's got to be a good source. And so,
that's why we do everything in-house apart from buying the isolate, because isolate has been so ridiculously cheap. It doesn't make sense, right?
And it's too.
How many kilos do you need?
No.
Yeah, right?
No, thank you.
Hey, do you know karate?
Karate?
Yeah, because the comedians are going to kick the fuck out of us, and we need security.
We got 2 more minutes.
I'm more Muay Thai.
That works, man.
Yeah, more Muay Thai for me, my friend.
Keep them away from me, because they want me.
So look, one thing I think is important here is that we have, if you even look at this product, we've sourced it actually from Colorado. The packaging is reclaimed ocean plastic. We have everything child safe. And we have blockchain tracking that is is above what a lot of other businesses can do.
Right.
And
no, I like it.
And I think it's a product that people can often abuse, like advertising towards kids and stuff like that. And I think it's a cannabinoid that deserves to be there.
This is
upside down. And that's our cannabis. So that's cannabis derived terpenes from Colorado.
So how'd you get the owl concept?
Honestly, owls are something that, if you think about birds, eagle would have its own sort of denomination, and so does owls. It's a pretty, it's something that thinks far ahead and
very
is sort
Masonic
of,
too.
Not into the Masons. Don't bring up the Masons. No, I don't want to talk about the Masons.
Very Masonic.
No, I'm not.
What are you trying to say? Are you sending out secret code to your followers and your minions?
Yeah, this is how you say
You're
it.
gonna go build us a wall?
Exactly what a guy who is into that would say. No. Hey, so how can people find you?
On Instagram, or our YouTube really is where it's at. We actually do daily YouTube videos. We're always trying to provide a lot of education. That's Owls TV, and we're currently on like 450 subscribers, and I absolutely love each and every one of them. And we put a lot of work into our community, and we really do care about this industry.
No, listen, the fact that you're on your blockchain tracking everything and you're doing your best to create products that are, aren't going to wind up on CNN where they say, look at this new cannabis derivative. I appreciate that. Just the other companies that are dealing in Delta 8 right now are not the reputable ones like you are. And
and I look at that in every single industry. And so I do think it's important that there is a form of regulation, right? I'm not against that. But I do think that it's very important that these cannabinoids can be available. And it's just, I do think there's a line though, and the line can be crossed quite quickly with suddenly new one after new one, and suddenly you've got something that didn't even resonate with the origin. Right. And I absolutely think that that it's a very fine line.
And with that, we're going to kick you off.
All right,
and we're going to close up.
Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care, and don't forget that. I'll keep that one.
Do you dare to take it?
No, I'm
suppository,
sorry.
bro. Look at it.
It's
a really hard suppository.
You can look at it and not even use this.
No, I don't want it to go to waste, man.
No?
You do what you need to do with it.
Cool. Hey,
Mark, do you want it?
And on that, I want to give a shout out to our
come on,
guys.
Mark should come on and talk to us and just.
He's not going to get
come
up.
on.
Mark is just going to move. When he
come on.
Mark is not going to get up.
I got to wrap.
We love you.
No, we love Mark.
We couldn't have done this without you.
Speaking of love, we love our sponsors, Fishhead Farms.
Fishhead Farms.
Coming on through.
Seeds here now.
Nove chocolate.
Nove luxury chocolate. Canyon. It's not Canyon cultivation for the suckets. And all of our other sponsors, right? Ozo Coffee, 14er, Green Farms Med, New Millennium Nutrients,
I guess focus me now because I'm stealing this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't bring that back.
Never give it back.
I got you another carta, Lorena. We're stealing a carta, just so you know. Okay.
Take it off Vinny's
Focus V Carta
at
Focus V on Instagram, and thanks to the comedians for not hating us, although they probably will rip it.
They're gonna make fun of us for a while. Like, what the fuck is going on with these podcasts these days? Right. Anybody can make a podcast.
Right. You guys are not even live right now.
Shout out to everybody who listens to this show and don't get mad at us for not being live.
Sorry that you weren't live with us.
I know. We want to be live. And next week we're going to be live at Area 420. Yeah. These guys don't even know it till today. I had to lay it on them.
Yeah,
so now we
found out today.
We're going down. We're going to be shooting a documentary, so I'll give you a little update about that too. So it'll be fun. Thanks everybody. Shout out to my beautiful wife Cece, who's here somewhere. Little Nick back at that farm.
Thanks for everybody who's here.
Everybody at Area 420 and everybody here at the show.
Andrew Pizzicalis, Haze Radio, Uncle Stoner,
and the Squash Off. And we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Practically every one of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. The psychedelic jackets on the record albums have their own hidden songs.
This is a special question. We don't want you to smoke genetically modified ganja. We want you to smoke the real thing. We want you to smoke the natural herb. Some call it marijuana, some call it sensimedia, some call it lamb's bread, and some people call it ganja.